Welcome back to Lesson 2. Here we'll look at loan repayments. So example 1. Dan borrows $15,000 from a bank to buy materials to build a cabin. Now Dan expects to repay the loan and interest in a single payment at the end of 3 years. The bank offers him 3 repayment options. Option 1. They offer him a 2.75% simple interest rate. Option 2, 2.7% annual interest rate compounded monthly. Or option 3, a 2.8% annual interest rate compounded quarterly. Which option is best for Dan? Now we looked at simple and compound interest in a previous section, but that was in terms of investments. But when it comes to borrowing, we actually use the same formulas. So let's have a look at option 1. Option 1 is a simple interest rate, and the formula for that is I equals P times R times T. Now the principal amount that he borrowed was $15,000. The interest rate was 2.75%, and when we divide that by 100, we get 0.0275. And T is time in years, which is 3. And working this out, I get $1,237.50 in interest he would have to pay if he chose option 1. So let's look at option 2. This one is compounded, so the formula we use for that is FV equals P times 1 plus R to the power of T. Now the principal is 15,000 again. Now let's look what R is. So we take our percent, 2.7, and divide that by 100. That's 0.027. Now we need to divide that by 12 because it's compounded monthly. When I do that, I get 0.00225. Now let's calculate T, the number of compounding periods. Well, it's compounded monthly, so it's 12 times a year. So over 3 years, it will be compounded 36 times. So let's plug those values in now. 0.00225 to the power of 36. And when you put that in, be careful of your order of operations. And you should get $16,264.08. Now I'm trying to see which option is the best, so let's subtract his initial amount he borrowed to see how much interest he's paying. So let's subtract $15,000 from this. So he paid $1,264.08 in interest with option 2. And now finally option 3. This is compounded as well. So we'll use FV equals P times 1 plus R power of T. So P is 15,000. Now let's work out what R is. The interest rate here is 2.8%. So I'll take that and divide it by 4 because it's compounded quarterly, 4 times a year. And that works out to be 0.007. Now in terms of number of compounding periods, it's quarterly, so that's 4 times 3 years, for a total of 12 compounding periods. So now I'll plug those values into the formula. And when I put this in the calculator, I get $16,309.66. Now just like option 2, I'm interested in how much interest he paid. So let's subtract 15,000. When we do that, I get $1,309.66. So now which option does he pay the least amount? Well, option 1, he only pays $1,237.50. So we can say that he should choose option 1, even though it's a higher interest rate. Then option 2, the rate is not being compounded, which makes a difference. So he should choose simple interest.